We have Sean Zipai here, center fielder. Sean, your opening comments?
I mean, I'm not going to lie, two disappointments there. Had the lead in the first game, but blew that, and then had the lead for a little bit there in the second game, and blew that too. I mean, it's a disappointment both games, especially that first one. But for being the first two games, I thought I played decent. I know coach is going to make some changes, move some people around in the batting order there. But hey, life goes on. Lost the first two games, but first two games of the season, so we'll be fine as long as we keep progressing through the whole entire year and make a push at the end of the playoffs. I honestly think we're one of the best teams in the league. So, lost the first two games, which we should have won to the best team in the league. We're going to be fine.
Sean, this is John Taylor from Around the Corner News. I had a question about there seem to be a lot of rule changes from last season to this season. I don't know how much that had a part in these two games here, but I especially noticed the throws from the outfield and from the infield that go past the fielder are now both one base, but as last year they were two bases from the outfield. Did that seem to have a big effect on this game, or does that affect you in any ways?
I mean, throwing from the outfield, normally the pitcher will be on that side so he can, just catch the ball there and make sure it doesn't go out of play. But as far as I'm concerned, not really. Although in that second game, I think there was a run scored because of a base overthrow. So, but we need to get that cleaned up. That's stuff you do in practice. That's not just something that, poor us, we had an overthrow. You don't do that. You don't make those mistakes. So we need to have another practice or two, and get that cleaned up. That's inexcusable.
Excuse me. Erin Andrews from Fox Sports. I'm just wondering, what is something you think you did well that maybe you should capitalize on in the next couple games?
I mean, my first at-bats, they're pretty good. I just do that nice little dribbler to the shortstop or third base, and I can run it out with my speed. So that's all right. I think I fielded pretty well today. I think the whole entire outfit as a whole played pretty well. I mean, we had a few errors, but that's just stuff we got to clean up in practice. But our batting looked decent. We had a few rusty players. I know a few batters struggled, but we're going to get that cleaned up. We're going to be fine.
Dale Hammerschmidt from the Groove City Tribune. We noticed that there was a lot of switching in the lineup tonight throughout the first couple games and a few fielding substitutions. Do you agree with that, or do you think that there should be a little bit more continuity there?
I mean, it's a close game, so whatever coach does is fine by me. I know that he switched some people at third base there, and then we had a switch from the outfield to second base. But, those are all adjustments that are going to be made throughout the season, and it being the first two games of the season, I'm kind of fine with him doing that. He's trying to get a feel for the team and where he can get the best continuity at. So for the first game, that's fine. I think, from here on out, he kind of saw what he wanted to see, and I think we'll probably have a little bit more continuity for the rest of the season.
Sean, Rich Work here with Newcastle News. I know the team was disappointed tonight after the two losses, and as the coaching staff was as well. Knowing Jim Bombeck, I'm sure he likes to keep a few tricks in his back pocket. And what do you think some of the changes he might incur in the next game or so?
I mean, you never know, to be honest. I mean, Jim likes to throw a lot of, switches in there, which, we've responded to well in the past. I mean, he's done that, and last year we responded to it. Whenever somebody's number was called, they stepped up to the plate, and that's what we need to do this year. As far as changes that he's going to make from here on out, I don't really know what kind of tricks he has up his sleeve, but, we're going to get some W's here in the next few games, and we're going to be fine. I'm not scared at all. Like I said before, we have one of the best teams in the league. And if we can go head-to-head with the best team in the league, won the championship last year in the Gold Division, we're going to be fine. So whatever coach has up his sleeve is fine by me. I just go out there and play my position, left center, and we go from there.
Also, I noticed that the coaching staff brought some more players up from the minors. Do you think that'll aid your team as you go into the depth of the season?
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, we're a deep team. There's no doubt about that. So it's good to get some guys in there today. Even if they did struggle a little bit, it's just good to get their feet wet, get some experience, and that's going to aid us well in the second half of the season, or for the rest of the season for that matter. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Sean, Gene Peachman Hickory Nut. We see that you have new uniforms this year, and you had a little bit of a color change. This has nothing to do with the game, but what do you think of the uniforms?
I think one of our players, Julie Norris, she designed the uniforms, and I like the stitching with the crosshair. I think it's great. Plus, I love the combinations with the red, black, and white. Those were my high school colors back in the day. So I like them, to be honest. And I'm thankful for all of our sponsors, Harold W. Stevenson Funeral Home, and shout out to him, and shout out to Julie for designing the uniforms. I think we look good in red, black, and white.
And is there any talk of a throwback, wearing the throwback unis in a game, and what would be your thoughts on that? Would you be open to it?
Oh, I'd definitely be open to it. As far as throwbacks, I'm trying to think, how many seasons we go back. I think it's only 3 seasons for us here at Covenant, and we had orange and black for a while. So I don't know if they used to have a team back in the day. Maybe in the 80s they may have had a team in the league. So I don't know what colors they wore, but I'd definitely be open to that. Jersey might be a little faded, but we can get them out of the archives.
Mike Johnson here, Daily Collegian. Do you feel like you secured your spot in the batting lineup tonight at the top of the order?
I do. I think I went 5 for 9. Although I had the last out in the last game, that sucked for me. But 5 for 9, not too bad. I really like it when I'm up there first with nobody on, no outs. It's good for me. It's just that little dribbler down that third base line. I can get the first, no doubt. I know I struggled a little bit with runners on base because if it's just a little dribbler, I might be able to get the first, but they get the easy out at 3 or 2. So I got to work on that. I got to work on getting a little bit aloft on some of my at bats, and we'll go from there because if they put a rover there, I'm gonna struggle a little bit. So I noticed they put a rover there one time. He caught the ball, but hey, what are you gonna do? I gotta work on the adjustments.
All right, one last question.
Yes, Rich Work again with the Newcastle News. I know a lot of the media has been writing about your shoulder injury last year, and I know you struggled with that through the season last year. How do you feel with that injury this year? Are you coming off of it in a positive way?
Yeah, I'd like to thank the folks at Dr. Piston's office for all the rehab. It's been great. The shoulder feels great. Been doing a lot of exercise. It's definitely strengthened. I got to just watch it throughout the year. I don't want to do anything stupid. I don't want to swing at a ball at full speed and miss it. I know that puts it out of place, the alignment there. But shoulder feels great, and I'm going to continue to bat like I do, and just pray that it works good for the rest of the season. So should be fine. I'm in good health and good spirits.
All right, no more questions. Thank you, Sean.
Thanks.